Welcome back, everybody, to the Ironman, the latest Ironman. A few changes this time round, and as you know, the big event last time was me hitting 200 armoring. And for those that are new to or that have just come along, Ironman is basically you have to craft everything yourself. So no trading at the trade house, no trading with other players other than my duo partner who's also doing the Ironman, and I stay PvP flagged the whole time unless I'm like grouping up for like PvE. And so this is what I've been doing. I've been getting a lot of logging because I mentioned last time that I want to be able to get 200 finishing so I can get those trophies so that I can start making 600 gear items. So I'm focusing on finishing right now. So I've been doing a lot of logging. And as per usual, the crafting gods try to troll, or no, don't try, troll me again. Look at that, bloody 49. If you remember from last week, I told you about a charity that I discovered. I'll just replay it for you. Hey, how are ya? This is Stanley the rabbit. Cute little Stanley, just wants a little pat. Stanley's starving. Look at him digging in the dirt for some carrots. In fact, this little island of his has been ravaged by disease. And all these other little rabbits are starving as well. They can't get any food. And for one simple like and subscribe, one rabbit gets a carrot for the day and won't starve anymore. Cute little starving Stanley. Do the right thing. Like and subscribe today.
Are you sure about this?
Yeah, but that's fine. They're not gonna miss a few rabbits. Plus, we don't have enough carrots anyway. Oh, hey guys, how's that going? Well, thanks for all the support, everybody. Thanks for all the subscriptions. We definitely fed nearly all the rabbits, and there's a lot less starving rabbits. And Stanley would like to thank you anyway. Goodbye, Stanley. Now, if anyone's interested in coming and joining the Noble Covenant and joining us in our Iron Man ways, I have actually created a guild called the Knights of Iron. So if you feel so inclined, you can come and join us and be an Iron Manner. Now, we called it the Knights of Iron, but if anyone of you people watching it have like a really good idea for a guild name that sort of evolves around the Iron Man, any little catchy names and we play on words, let me know because I'd love to use it. Of course, I'm on Sutek in the Oceania server just in case you're interested. So more chess runs as well with my friends, yes. And you can see getting a little excited. I think I get more excited. I'm a real ore whore, you know. I always go out of my way to get the mining, and yeah, the chests come second. But don't worry, guys, we're all professionals and we know what we're doing. Look at this wipe. This monster's just a bomb. He's just like, you know what? I've got more of you guys, motherfuckers, to kill. It's almost like a complete wipe. I mean, he got a lucky shot on me, but these other guys, whew, I don't know what they were doing. So after having some iron and collecting some wood, I finally make some ashball shells, and I get myself above 50 furnishing, which is always a good thing. So then I'm looking through what I can build to get me from 50 to 100, and it all seems rather expensive because I need to get a lot of steel as well as lumber. But then I don't know if this is a bug, but I come across this little item. It just seems too good to be true. Like 1 lumber and wheels, 1 steel ingot. So like that becomes my next goal to like test that out, because it's just like, damn, that's like real good. So I go and chop myself down some more wood. Yeah, it works. It works. It's like, okay, I'm going from 50 to 100, that's for sure. Dude, I've got 65 beds. Do you want one? I find this like really cool spot for getting death essence. And First Light. There's just like hundreds of the little things. So if you ever want death essence, go to the lake at the top of First Light with all the... Yeah, you can see. You'll figure it out. Go there. There's heaps of them. It's not even like we're going in a straight line. We have to keep climbing over these fucking things. I'm getting tired. You're in nice cloth armor. I've got heavy fucking armor on, friend.
How have you not fallen off this part yet, but you fall off like a massive floor?
The complexities of Camo, no one can explain. It's like an algorithm that no one can decipher. It's like a puzzle that no one can beat. It's one of the world's greatest mysteries. Don't know what to say.
Oh, wood at the bottom.
Oh! Watch out, these little buggers climb through there. This will test your healing. Oh, it's respawning. Oh, you sneaky wolf! You better heal me because I've got no armor on. Frick. He was barking up the wrong tree. So we go into Dynasty. I put on my tank set. And if you remember, last time Leos has gone heals and I have gone... Well, I was the same, but he's gone heals. So we come into Dynasty. Come on. This is going to be our first sort of challenge because it's sort of somewhat hard. Meanwhile, all the other PvEs are going hard or normal, whatever. But anyway, so we come in here as a little tester. And, you know, I tank like a boss and Leos is healing and all is going well. That is until the last boss where we get wiped. So, that's like not very good. Time by this pedestal's up. But we're Covenant. We don't give up that easily. So we tell the Syndicate and the Marauder, no, you're not going to give up that easily either. We know that you guys are cowards and not as good as people from the Covenant, but you're going to keep trying like us, mighty knights. And so we come in and they do keep trying. I thought that we had to kill the pedestals, but upon looking at further information, you don't have to kill the pedestals. You want to bring them over into the corner and then they'll shoot the pedestals all at you in the corner and then you move to the other corner. But I didn't know that at the time, so the pedestals are just scattered all over the place like fucking willy-nilly. And then you see that? Oh, yikes. So yeah, let's just say the DPS get wiped out. So after all our encouragement, they end up dying. Of course, the two Covenant people remain, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, so now it's just down to me and Leos. Leos is healing, I'm tanking, we've got no DPS. And this old Zhao lady is like only 2 bars away. I'm at low health. Leos is chucking down the heals. I'm tanking and DPSing. So we're going for it.
I'm dead.
And so Leos, despite his noble and valiant efforts, goes down. And so now it's me versus Zhao. Camo versus Zhao in a final showdown. So I'm trying to get them down. I'm trying to block whilst DPSing, and I'm slowly bringing them down. And then I bring out the Greatsword and I go bloody ham, and I turn into a DPS and I smack the shit out of her, and she knows, and I teach her what the Covenant's bloody made out of. And I pee myself a little bit too. So we decide, okay, that was obviously not the perfect dungeon. We wiped and all that kind of stuff. So Dynasty is now the new challenge. We're going to keep doing it until we can do it smooth as butter. And in the meantime, I just chop it down a few more trees. 125 beds, anyone? Honestly, this seems like... Yes. I almost feel like the game's a little like lying to me or something. It doesn't seem right. Honestly, it's not just wood that I need. You also need to collect a lot of iron, so I've been rerunning my iron routes a lot as well. So then I try PvP tanking with Leos healing. So as you can see right now, I am providing a 30% damage reduction to all the people standing in the door. So that's probably more than I can offer in any other respect, since I am still kind of low gear score. what I really like about it is the ability to like protect your teammates and just sort of, you can do a lot of things other than just DPSing. But then when you need, you can see here I've got my Greatsword out, so when you need to DPS and lay down the damage, you're still able to do so, but you need to play like, you know, you've got to bear in mind you're quite squishy at that point, as you can see. I loved it. I thought it was cool. I loved being able to DPS and tank at the same time, but it got really frustrating because I just kept dying a lot, which you're about to see coming up right here. But the thing that I noticed is I went back and looked at the videos afterwards, after the end of the night, which we're going to go through, and there was definitely some common themes.
That was good because
what I tended to do was I would push way too hard, and then I'd end up isolating myself away from the group, and then that's when I'd die. And that was almost every time that I was dying, that was the, well, 9 times out of 10 when I was dying, that was the result. Like right here, I'm just the first person to push through, which is not what I should be doing with my gear score. And so I'm in the front, I end up dying. Here's another example where I'm in a fight, but then I don't back out of it, and a whole bunch of their team members just come in and surround us, and I end up getting isolated and then get killed. So you can see we're completely outnumbered there. I mean, you can see it again here. I'm just pushing way too hard, way up. I'm completely outnumbered, and yeah, I end up getting absolutely smacked because they just jump on me. So, oh my god. Honestly, I don't know. Our tanking hasn't really been working out that well. I just feel like we've got a lot of room for improvement. What do you think?
Yeah, it just seems we can't manage to take many people on without dying.
No, we've got to really improve our game. Let's hope the next OPR works out. And those hemorrhoids aren't really helping that much either. Check. Yes. Yes. And then I see a poor soul in need of help. He's a weak marauder, not strong enough to fight such a creature. He needs a powerful Covenant Knight to aid him in his fight. And so without delay, and because I'm such a noble warrior, I go to aid him in his fight. We've got him! So I finally finished the quest to get the heart gems, so now we can actually wear our ulties, which is another step in the right direction, really, isn't it?
I wouldn't know what to say. This heart shape.
Oh, that isn't me. Oh no. I got my Arcana to 150, so now I can make big boy potions. And my sword and shield at 20, so now my Greatsword and sword and shield are at 20. So yeah, big things happening. As everybody knows who's probably seen my previous videos, my duo partner has an absolute morbid fear of crocodiles. So guess who has to come down and kill every bloody crocodile in the whole of the Oasis just so he can come down and get his mats. And then even when I kill all those freaking crocodiles, he still refuses to come down because he thinks they might respawn. And then I go and find him, and he's certainly put himself in a position far away from the crocodiles. Tanking is a nuanced style of PvP play. You don't get the big numbers, you don't get high on the scoreboard, you don't look all fancy, but there's a lot of elements to it, and a little bit of DPS. Is like, you gotta know when to DPS, you gotta know when to protect your teammates, you gotta know when to hold, you know, so that is definitely one of the things I like about it. It's very complicated. Okay, they're off, I'm just coming back in here. Yeah, you fucking run away, you little slut. Alright, so me and Leos had a good sit down, went over the video footage and had a look at what we did right, what we did wrong. And yeah, the main thing was that I kept pushing in too heavy, probably because I'm used to my 625 gear score bruiser that I used to play. And so we came up with a strategy where I would sort of, never push in first. I'd never be the first person pushing in. And what I'd do is, I'll show you this shortly when I find one, but I can tanks, I can block. So if all our bruisers are pushing in and attacking them, I can block and give them a 30% damage reduction, like so fortify. So I'm actually contributing heaps by doing that. But if we're heavily outnumbered them and I'm not in any danger, then I can switch to my Greatsword and do DPS. Okay. So look, like this guy here is just heavily outnumbered. He's trying to attack Leos, my healer. So yeah, I can just flip to my Greatsword and just lay in the DPS to him to because obviously he's not going to win that fight. Let them push in. I'm just going to push in with these two guys in front of me. Okay, we're going to the left. We're going to the left. And that was the other thing I did, was I just made sure that I wasn't the one right out in front. I'm just too squishy, my gear score is too low. So I try to make sure that there's other people pushing in front of me. And then I let them sort of soak up a lot of the damage. And then I'll go in and tank when I can see the fight is basically winnable. I'm not going to go fight like where there's 5 of them and 1 of me, which is what I was doing last time, which is why I kept dying. Definitely improved my mortality rate. See, like right here, all our bruisers are out in the front, like taking a lot of damage from all those range. So I'm just behind them blocking and making sure that the damage that they are taking is reduced by 30%. Tanking 2023 or PvP. And you know, it works well because you can protect your healers from those pesky little backliners that kind of can try to kill your healers. So you just jump on them. It's not even like you have to kill them. You just have to, like, stop their assault. The only real problem... Well, not really. One of the problems is that you can't get into 1v1s. Like, I'm in a good 1v1 here, but if the guy decides to run away in heavy armor, you ain't catching them. So you have to be a little bit sneaky, like sneak up on the bushes on them and then kill them again. See you later, big boy. So here's a good one. I come in and it's roughly even odds. So I'm blocking to try to give my guys that 30% damage reduction and just trying to CC these guys to make their life difficult. So now one of our guys has died and then they kill off the other guy pretty quickly here right now. So now it's just me, but I'm tanking. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to just stick on here and try to protect the node because we don't want them to cap it, right? And so I'm like, I'll just hold out until... our teammates get here. So there's 3 of them. We managed to kill 1 of them, and then our teammates come in. So I managed to sort of hold out for long enough, and then I protect the node. So you know, so this is like another classic example of how the fight goes. First of all, they're trying to push through the door, so I block to give them that damage reduction, so they can get through the door and take this damage, because that's often where people wipe. So I just let our guys get a foothold where they can start the attack. And then as we start to turn the tide of the battle, I'll switch to DPS. You see I switched to my Greatsword there. And then I see this little mage on the left. And so I'm like, okay, buddy, you're all isolated. So I'm just putting my DPS into him with my Greatsword. And then the guys on the right finish off the other guys and come help finish him off. I'm going to watch where the fight starts. So it's going to start around here. Going to start just tanking, but not actually doing any damage. So that really worked. Overall, the OPRs went really well. Me and Leos, we're going to do more strategies so we can develop tactics because it's so much fun and there's just so much like possibilities we can do. And just reviewing old videos and seeing what you're doing wrong, what you're doing right, leads to big improvements. And then I can show those improvements in my videos to help y'all out. So that really worked. I think me and Leos is going to have more strategy where we review videos and look at what we were doing wrong, what we were doing right, and then kind of convey those strategies to you. And as you can see too, my Greatsword is improving 581 now. So yeah, things are looking good, getting close to 600. So we went into Dynasty Shipyards, and these dogs just jumped on Leos like he bloody had put down their mum, called her a bitch or something, and so he dies. So what we realized afterwards, after our strategy meeting, speaking of which, was that yeah, I'd kind of forgotten to put on my sword that had the extra threat, and Leos didn't have gear that reduced his threat, so we kind of gave up on this dungeon, and we decided to try again when we had changed that in our gear items. This dungeon is like, embarrassingly difficult. It also didn't bloody help that one of our teammates had left, and I have no idea how to re-invite people, like how to get it to look for a new person to rejoin the group. Because I put calls out into faction shack, into zone chat, and hey, does anyone want to come and help us DPS? But no one ever comes, and it doesn't seem to go and look for other people. So if you've got a little answer to that, that would be great. Well, it's the end of the Winter Festival, and so I buy myself many attribute food constitution potions, because it's going to be a while before I can make some myself. So I've started leveling up my Warhammer, because I think that's going to be really helpful for tanking, both in PvP and for PvE. So I've just kind of been leveling that weapon up on the side. So I thought, because the reasons stated. If you want a beard, come see me, because I'll help you out. I made the wrong beards there, though. I made the wrong beards. But anyway, I get to 79, so my finishing is getting closer to 100. God damn it, we want to sell you guys the cheap shit, not the good quality beards. So we go to Dynasty, and all is going well. And then we come and do these dogs, and I just can't seem to get past them all of a sudden. I'm just like, so first of all I tried tanking both of them, which was like a really bad idea. And I ended up dying pretty quickly from that. So I've got my taunt gems on, and just struggling to get these guys off this. They go for them almost straight away, but I managed to get one of the dogs on me. So we go for the split strategy, because I know that's what we're supposed to do. So I have one dog on me, and the other dog is chasing after Leos. We're actually 1 DPS down, so I'm pretty sure that doesn't help, but I should be able to tank this blimmin' dog on my own, but it just does too much damage to me. I think I got the wrong dog. The other dog does all the breathing, the fire breathing stuff. That's the one I want to be getting, the one closest to the door you come into. So I think that's what I'll try next time, yeah, but needless to say, Dynasty is just kicking our ass right now. Gonna have to have some more strategy meetings, I think, because this ain't working. That group finder chat's a bit like Russian roulette too. Like, I don't think we've done this dungeon with a full group of people since we've started. So yeah, anyway, we'll keep trying. If you guys have any advice, give it to us. I don't know what's going on, but open world PvP fights have been such a drought lately. Unfortunately, we come across this guy, but I'm wearing bloody heavy armor, so it's really hard to chase down. But he did try to fight us. He didn't just run off, so that was good. So it's just a matter of chasing him down. We eventually get him. But yeah, so I don't know what's going on. I haven't had any open world fights for ages, so it's been a little frustrating on that front. It'd be cool if they could like have more of that, because I kind of really enjoyed that, doing that stuff, but just doesn't seem to be happening. Okay, here's my gear. I'm going to go through it real quick, because this is just as I'm leveling up in the Ironman. The main thing is I want all resilience across all of these sets. This is my heavy armor PvP set that I'm currently using. So I've got 4 resilient pieces. I'm just going for any trait I can get that is on top of the resilience. So yeah, this one doesn't have resilience, but does have critical retribution, which will increase the damage a little bit. And the traits that I'm really focusing are on constitution and strength. So here you can see I've got dexterity. That's just because I couldn't get strength, but I will replace that. But yeah, resilience is more important, otherwise you just take too much damage. So this is it. Refreshing water is obviously pretty good for a tank because it reduces cooldowns, although this is medium, so I need to replace this with heavy set. But again, this was the only resilience gloves that I had with strength on it. And then I've got these resilience heavy armor legs, and I've got the heavy armor feet with freedom and resilient, which is actually not bad, but the gear score is a bit low. And then again, just the highest sort of gear score shield I could get. So you can see my gear score at the moment is 555. Oh, sorry, 549. So it's getting up there. With the rings, I've got health because I just feel like health is a really important trait. So I went for that. Same, the reason the gear score for this, sorry, that was the amulet. For the ring is so low is because I want Hearty. So I'm not willing to give up the ring until I get another ring with Hearty. So this is why the gear score on this is so low. And then for the earring, I want Refreshing Toast. So again, this is why the earring is where it is at, because I won't replace this earring until I get another earring with Refreshing Toast. In terms of the weapon, this isn't actually a bad weapon. It's got Shirking Frost and Relentless Freedom. Shirking Frost is really helpful for damage, and Relentless Freedom is an amazing trait. It helps you get out of trouble all the time. So yeah, I'm loving that trait, let me tell you. So it's a 578 Greatsword. And then this is just the sword that I'm using. As you can see, I've got my taunt gem. So this is what I'm using at the moment, simply because yeah, I'm leveling up in the Ironman and I have to craft my own gear, so I'm kind of getting what I can. But just for those of you who are interested in what the build was, that is the build that I'm currently using for PvP tanking. And for the traits, it will look like this, because I'm currently using this food here, which I've got 300 of, until I can start making my own food. So that's the build. Thank you very much. Well, thank you everybody for coming today. Another episode wrapped up. Times are tough. Been doing some PvP tanking and some PvP PvEing. The PvP tanking's come along with a few strategy meetings, but that PvE has got some room for improvement, let me tell you. But we'll figure it out. I also would like to try the Warhammer and do a little bit of Bruiser, so a bit more DPS. And of course the gear score is starting to get up now, so that's really, really good. And of course we're just still working on that crafting, trying to get it up. So I hope you guys enjoyed the latest video. And once again, we'll leave you with the beautiful music from half of the Everfellas. Thank you very much.